welcome to my first YouTube video for Minecraft. My first YouTube video at all, actually. So for the first video, I'm playing on the MumboCraft server, which for those of you who don't know, Mumbo Jumbo is a massively popular Minecraft YouTuber. He's got his Patreon server set up. There's a lot of us that play on the server. So what I thought I'd do is start putting a few videos together. One of the guys on the server, Eddie's Life Gaming, also a YouTuber, has set up a YouTube village for live streamers and YouTubers to record what they're doing, work on some projects, the usual sort of stuff. Now I'm not going to go into that today. So being my first video, I kind of thought I'll give everyone a quick introduction to myself. As I say, this is the first YouTube video that I've done. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully it's informative and you'll like it, subscribe it, and there's hopefully going to be an awful lot more on its way. So there's only one video in the playlist so far, but there are more coming, so don't worry about that. So as I say, the first thing about myself, I'm TCroc17. I've been playing Minecraft since it came out on the Xbox 360, but it's only sort of 6 months ago that I switched over to PC. So this is kind of a new experience for me. All of the streaming, all of the recording, and all of that sort of stuff. It is brand new. So if anyone's got any suggestions, things that I can do to make things better, or things you'd like to see, let me know in the comments section. That'd be fantastic. So the idea for today, rather than getting on with the YouTuber village, is I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to what I've already worked on the server. I've been on the server for the past 3 or 4 months now, since it was upgraded and reset for 1.9. So there's a few bits and pieces that I've already worked on. So this is Northtown, my starter base. I'd like to take credit for the exterior of the base, but it was actually built by one of the guys on the server, Cosmic Thistle. Did it as a bit of a favour to me. I helped her out with some resources and some planning on a project that she was working on. So as I say, can't take credit for that. As I say, this is my starter base, so looks very, very plain and simple. But what I decided to do with this one was make a decent sort of underground circular base. I don't know what it was, but when I started, circles kind of seemed to be a bit of an obsession, so everything had to be round. I think it's purely because everything's square in the game. It just seemed like a bit of a challenge. So we got a few bits and pieces, a couple of super smelters, inputs and outputs there, and then as you can see, it's quite large. This base was actually it was on Sensational Gaming did a tour, a few videos touring the server. So if you've seen his videos, which I recommend, and there will be a link in the description, you'll see it a very, very unfinished stage. As I say, we've got a few bits and pieces here. You know, a bin. We've got the smallish storage system. A few other bits and pieces, an enchanting and a brewing room. There used to be a brewing station there, but that's been moved to my new base. As I say, you may have seen this at some point if you watch Sins Gaming, which I would recommend. They are very good videos. It took me a while to do, and as you can see, it was quite resource sort of friendly, resource hungry. Sort of got in everything that I needed. Bit of a chicken farm here, over the other side, and then I sort of started playing with a few redstone bits and pieces. So I started with the chicken farm. Nice basic. There's videos all over YouTube how to make these things. So if you're interested, it doesn't take long to find them. We've got a standard standard couple of farms here. So we've got sugarcane. Now this is a tree farm that I think I saw it on Mumbo's channel. If I can find the link for the tutorial, I'll stick it up, because it was quite useful, especially when I was starting out on the server. The base, I sort of moved on after doing a few bits and pieces, so it's not 100% finished. Obviously, there's a load of other little areas where I could put more stuff in, and I was sort of racking my brains a little bit, trying to think of what I could do next. And to be honest, instead of doing anything next, I just started a new base. So I did a little bit of decoration, a little bit of a park here, and to be honest, I'm rubbish at linking up nether portals. So I didn't manage to do that. So this is the new base. There's a lot more going on here. So as you can see, we've got chickens, we've got sheep. That is a cow farm, believe it or not, with an automatic killing area. Drowns them in lava. We've got a mob spawner, tree farm, cactus farm, and a load of other bits and pieces which we'll go through and have a look at. But as you can see, that's my that's my beef farm, if you like. I don't know if anyone's done the similar sort of thing to this. I'm sure they have, because it's fairly straightforward and easy to do. But most of the other farms that I've built, let's say I'm a bit of a noob, so I have used an awful lot of people's tutorials. To be honest, there's too many that I've used to put them all in the description. I will try to, because obviously, you know, I want credit to go to everybody that's sort of come up with these designs. We've got a bit of a super smelter there. We've got a manual farm there. A super smelter. I think it holds about nine or so different furnaces, just run by a standard hopper timer. We've got the mob farm, which, to be honest, on the server at the moment is not particularly efficient. Yeah, we've got cocoa beans. We've got, this is melon farm. Now this actually pumps out so much melon, it's untrue. I've actually set up a shop in a server shopping district ripoff. Few issues. The minecart does keep stopping every now and then. I will try to put the link to this, because this is a really good melon farm. Especially for a server, it works really well. We've got our auto sorting system here, so as the input chest, you can see that's my rubbish chest. But this entire corridor, that's all one big sorting system. So it's not as big as some of the people's that I've seen, but it works. It does for me. The inside of my house, as you can see, we've got a kitchen area with food in the fridge, which is always good. I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different with it, so I've done the sort of the standard modern house design, which a lot of people do. It's not the best looking in the world, but as I say, as someone who's fairly new to the game, I was quite pleased with it, to be honest. I thought it looked quite good. Just fix this minecart, because it's sort of doing my head in a little bit. It's killing my OCD. So we'll just do that. If we take these blocks out of here, that'll do. And let's go give it a nudge. Try and keep out the way of everything that's growing, not kill anything. Here we go, give it a nudge, and we're off. Okay, cool. So now that that's all working, as I say, I will try and find the link for the tutorial for that, because it is a very good, very efficient and stackable design. I love it. It's brilliant. It's endless, copious amounts of of melon. We've got a chicken farm. Now this is actually based on Mumbo's Hermitcraft chicken shop. Um, Again, there's a few tutorials for that. I'll try and put those in, and then we've got sugarcane again and pumpkin. Um, they're all fairly standard sort of designs, and I say as much as I can, I'll put tutorials in the description because I want to credit the guys that have designed these and come up with them. If I can't, I do apologise. Some of them I made so long ago that I might not be able to find the videos again, but I will certainly try to. This is a bit of an unfinished project, to be fair. So, I mean, what we can see here is you've got the full sorting system. Now, this runs the entire perimeter of this build. So, from the outside, it looks an awful lot bigger than it actually is. But as I say, I mean, it works really well for me. So, you know, I've got all the different types of woods, planks, half slabs, steps, my oars, my iron blocks, all of that sort of stuff. Now I've kept my valuables, my diamonds and stuff, as you probably saw earlier, separate, just because I didn't want that many stuck in the sorting system, to be honest. A bit of a hoarder when it comes to that, and I haven't actually decided what I'm going to do with them all yet. At the time of the recording, at the time that this is going out, in fact, I've probably spent a few diamonds, but the amount that I've got is just I just don't know what to do with them. It confuses the heck out of me. One thing I must say, which shouldn't be an issue in this video, but in future videos, I will try to keep it as family friendly as possible. I am prone to the odd outburst of profanity, so if I catch it, I'll cut it out or bleep it out or something. But if any do sneak through, I do apologise. I don't want this to be, you know, an adults only, or, you know, something that younger viewers can't watch. So I will try to make sure that doesn't happen, but there is a chance. Say just continuing on with the tour, there's a few other little bits and pieces. This is a brewing stand that was from the previous base. Not great at brewing. I constantly have to look up what I'm doing with it, which is a bit of a pain. But to be honest, I don't do enough to warrant needing potions that often. Water breathing and night vision if I'm working underwater. That's about it. So I mean, you can see I've been quite busy here. It's all, let's say, amateurish. I like it. I'm quite proud of it, to be honest. It's, you know, it's a first attempt at a modern design house. It's a first attempt at a lot of these farms. They all work. I think it looks okay. I think it looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit over-engineered, I don't know, but I'd say I'm pleased with it. If there's anything that you think I could do better, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. As I say, I'm new at the game, so yeah, and any hints, tips, tricks, you know, anything like that, I'm completely open to. You know, I'll take any help that I can get, basically. So yeah, there's a few other little bits and pieces that I did. I was we've got some more manual farms over here. One thing I did do, actually, because as I say, I've been on the server since the 1.9 upgrade. So I was one of the first people on the new server, which was nice. I mean, there was already an established community, but we've set up like a buddy system for people joining, you know, from now onwards. So what I've done is I've set up a little bit of a sort of starter village. So any new starters, they get a few bits and pieces. It's not a lot. It's, you know, I could probably stick some more in there, and I may well look at that in the future. But there's a few bits and pieces to get people going. It's you know, it's shelter, it's a bed. I'm actually quite far out from the original spawn, so there is some untouched land over here. The dock and the boats, it's just for, you know, if anyone wants to go exploring, they've got a base that they can, and it's away from all of the already used up land. Pretty much all of the y=11 space under this base has been mined out now. So there's not a lot that people can get from close to me, but as I say, I give them the option if new starters want to join up, if they want to start off with a few bits and pieces rather than starting from scratch, they're more than welcome to come and live in my little starter village. Right now, I'm trying to get to. I've built a spider spawner. It's a spider farm. It uses a quad spawner. And there is a squid farm as well, which is far too close to the ocean, so it doesn't work at all. And that was me being a bit of a numpty. The problem is where it is. I get a lot of mob spawning, so I kind of thought I'll be clever. I'll put this detector rail in and a little automatic door, which 50% of the time doesn't work, and it just closes on me before I've got through it. So hopefully it works this time. Let's have a look. Really bad lag. I don't know why. There we go. So yeah, so this was a bit far away. I tried to get it away from the ocean, but it looks like it's not far enough away. It's about 150 blocks, something like that. You know, probably even more. I haven't actually counted. But here we go. So this is a squid farm. It's very small, which is probably one of the reasons it's not particularly efficient. There are loads and loads of hoppers used in this, so it probably doesn't help with the server lag. I have covered them all up with carpet. I don't know if that makes a difference. I hope it does. But to be honest, nothing ever falls on it. I think the chests are empty, actually. Yeah, empty. Yeah, so it's fantastically efficient, as you can see. And this is I did a bit of caving in the area. There's a mine shaft right next to it, and I actually found 10 spider spawners in quite a close area. Unfortunately, there was only 4 that were actually close enough to link up to a single spawner. So yeah, we've got our on-off switch here. There is a light down here, so I'll turn it on so you can actually see the way we've done this. I did get a little bit of help from some of my other players on the server, but as with the quad spawner, it is horrendously efficient. Actually, I get loads and loads of drops from it. I get loads and loads of XP from it. So I don't really have to use the public farms, which is quite nice. To be honest, that they get used that much on this server that a lot of the times you just can't use them because you know they're just constantly in use by other players, and that's fair enough. You know, everybody has a reason for using it. Everybody has access to them. Fortunately, I've managed to find myself or build myself a little farm that means that I don't have to be one of the people taking up that resource. We do have a load of other stuff on the server that actually really worth doing. If you are interested in especially the MumboCraft side of things, we've got a few guys on the server. There's a load of other YouTubers. So we've got Eddie's Life Gaming, or Eddie's Life 24/7. He's got a couple of channels. We've got Sensational Gaming, we've got Pro Crash, and I think there are a few others as well. I'll try to put links to them. I know that Sin and Pro Crash have done server tours over a few episodes, so that's one thing that I sort of decided that I'm not really going to bother doing, because those guys have done it already and they've done it well. Sin's tours were quite early on in the life of the 1.9 server, so there's a lot of unfinished stuff, and they've expanded massively. I think Pro Crash is just constantly doing, updates and doing like feature bases and stuff like that. So they're worth doing, and they're worth watching, and I will definitely put the links to their stuff in here. Right, so this is the YouTuber area that we've had cordoned off, and as I say, this is I think Eddie's Life Gaming that has organised like this area and scouted it out and spotted it and everything. So all credits go to him for that, because it's a great little area. There's nothing around, so we can pretty much do what we want. Now I have Bagsied this island over here. It's not a very big island, so you probably think, there's not much in the way of a base that I can do. The idea with this is that the island's going to get flattened. I'm going to have a massive pillar up to about, I reckon, maybe y equals 150, 170, something like that. And then I'm going to have a sort of donut shaped base at the top. I'm going to use slime block elevators. There's also going to be a space underground, so it's going to go all the way from probably, when it's finished, from y equals 11 all the way up to y equals 200, probably, something along those lines. Using slime block elevators. There's going to be two. There's going to be one to get down to y equals 11. There's going to be one that gets you all the way up to the top. Because, to be honest, I don't know how to do multi-stop elevators. I don't know how to do normal elevators, but I'm sure I can find a tutorial for it. Multi-stop elevators, a little bit too complicated for me. That's the plan. But again, if you've got any better ideas, if you've got any suggestions, designs, anything like that, let me know. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. As I say, any suggestions, let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed it, and there will be more coming. Thank you.